What's up guys, Bearded Jeeper here. Today, the Jeep's getting some much needed upgrades. Right now I'm sitting at 2.5 inches of lift, but we're going to bump it up to 3.5 inches of lift. These rock crawler springs, they're not brand new, but they are in really good condition. Got a great deal on them, so we're going to be bumping up. Not only will it give us an inch more of lift, but it's also going to stiffen the ride a little. Rock crawler has a little bit stiffer springs compared to the AEV coils that I have in there right now, and I like a little bit stiffer ride, not as much body roll with the stiffer rock crawler springs, so really excited to get those in. Also got a great deal on these TerraFlex 9550 shocks. These are for 3.5 inches of lift, so these will work perfectly on my Jeep. I didn't have enough money right now to get control arms, but in the meantime I have these front alignment cams. They're basically little spacers that give you an additional 2 degrees of camber when you install them in the front control arms, the lower control arms. It basically pushes the bolt back a little bit so you have that extra needed camber that you need to run your 3.5 inches of lift. These are apparently good for 2 to 2 inches of lift up, so I wouldn't run them on like a huge lift like 4.5 inches or anything, but I'm gonna give them a shot, see if they work for now until I can afford some control arms. So I'm not gonna show you every single little piece of this lift. It's pretty easy, just replacing the shocks and springs really. I'll do a little time lapse and I'll come in with any little things that I found out or have trouble along the way. But let's get this installed and get the Jeep lifted up. Before we get started, I just wanted to show you how the Jeep's sitting right now. That's its stance right now, so we'll see how it looks after we get it all installed. So cleaned it up a little bit. Used some WD-40. I know a lot of people say that tracks rust I know a lot of people say that it tracks rust, but I really don't think it does. I've been using it for a while, maybe a little bit of dust, but I'd rather have the dust than a rusty frame. So it's looking a little bit better now. I added a little bit of spray paint and spots, so cleans up the axle a little bit, so where the springs mount and everything. So let's go ahead and get everything put back together in the back, and we can move right on to the front. Jack up this side. Alright, so yesterday we were able to get the rear installed, everything all back in, torqued up, cleaned up with some fresh paint. Back's looking good. Then I started in on the front. I have the springs installed. We need to install the shocks and then those spacers for the lower control arms, and then we'll be all good to go. I was struggling quite a bit on this side, the shock, the top bolt. It just kept spinning, so I had to end up cutting it off, and those things are a real pain to cut through. Eventually got it, ended up actually taking the bottom off and got the top cut through most of the way and just bent it back and forth until I freed it up. But now that we got both springs in, I can focus on getting the rest all set, making sure the front's all cleaned up. Hopefully it doesn't rain. It's looking pretty dark over there. Nice blue sky over there. Dark. Light. But they say it's not supposed to rain today. I was checking the radar. Doesn't look like it's gonna rain. Let's see if we can get this thing done. Get it sitting on all 4 tires again. Alright guys, it's day 3, I think, ish. I got a little distracted yesterday. As you can see behind me, the garage is cleared out. That's how you pull a scrap Jeep out of the garage. Jeeps can fly. We got rid of the project slash parts Jeep, so finally got the garage back. So that took a little bit of time yesterday and had a few other things to do, so I didn't get as much work on the Wrangler done as I wanted to, but let me show you what we got left. The front sitting on full weight. I got that done last night. Notching out those control arm mounts to put those little tabs in was a little difficult with the tools I had. I really need to get like a die grinder or something, but I made it work. I believe they're sitting in there nice. So that's the way she's going to be sitting. Looks really awesome. I think it still sits a little high in the back compared to the front. May have to get a little like inch spacer to level out the front, but I'm happy with how it turned out so far. This morning, have to get the control arm bolts tightened down. They're just snug right now because I had to settle it and bounce the suspension so it's sitting right. You always want to tighten anything with a bushing when the vehicle's on the ground so you don't have any possibility of it binding or anything. I got to reconnect the sway bar obviously, and then I'll have to double check. I don't think it would have changed if it did really that much, but I just want to make sure that my tires are even side to side. Make sure I don't have to adjust the track bar. Alright guys, the lift has been done for a few days now. I just haven't had a time to film the outro to this video. So let me show you some close-up shots and you can see how it turned out. So I'm super happy with how it turned out, and as you guys can see, it looks really good. and it handles really well. I have a little bit of shimmy, but I need to replace my ball joints, so I got those coming in the mail today. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. As always guys, stay bearded, stay Jeepin'. I'm out.